Today we're going to be going over 5 budget hardtails that are great for if you're starting out or if you're buying a bike for, I don't know, your son or your cousin or whatever. So, first up is this giant Talon Zero. It's around £850 and you can get it, you can either go into a shop and buy it or you can order it easily. So, it comes equipped with RockShox Judy forks, which are oil sprung forks, and they have either 80 or 100mm travel depending on what size you get. For brakes, it's got the Tektro 143 hydraulic disc brakes with 160mm discs front and back. It's got one by Shimano 10-speed drivetrain with a 52 climbing gear and a 32-tooth chainring. For tyres, it's equipped with the Maxxis Recon tyres front and back. These give relatively good grip for, like, I don't know, cross-country riding. It has a choice of either 27.5 or 29-inch wheels depending on what size you get. And the only colour, annoyingly, you can get for this model is this. It's quite a nice blue. It's got a size small seat, which gives comfort for most people, and it comes with a KMC chain, which is like they're one of the strongest chain brands out there. So yeah, that's the Giant Talon Zero. So next up is this GT Avalanche Elite. It comes in red, or if you choose a slightly different model, it can come in quite a few different colours. In my personal opinion, this bike's better because although it's a bit more money at £800, it comes with an air-sprung SR Suntour fork with 120mm of travel and a hydraulic lockout and a super easy rebound adjustment down on the bottom of the fork with a little red dial. It's got a Shimano 11-speed chain set with a single 32-tooth chainring up front. For brakes, it's got Shimano MT200 hydraulic brakes with 160mm brake discs back and front. Wheels, it's got WTB SX19 rims with Shimano MT200 hubs. These are paired with the Vittoria Barzo tyres, front and back. These are slightly more grippy than the ones on the Giant, and although they're not quite, you can't get them quite as wide, I personally prefer them. This bike also has internal cable routing, just like the Giant, but in my opinion it's a bit cleaner. And it's got this strange design where instead of the seat stays being attached to the seat post, they're actually attached slightly further up, which is like a floating design. And although it doesn't give that much of an effect, but it makes it slightly more like a full suspension. But the flex in the frame won't harm any of the, like, it's not going to cause damage over time or anything. So it sort of just mimics a rear shock. Yeah, in my personal opinion, this bike looks a lot cleaner, and it's what I'm looking into getting because I just prefer it a lot more. So yeah, I'd highly recommend this one. So that's the GT Avalanche Elite. So next up is the Trek Marlin 5. This is another hardtail. It comes in at around £500 or £495. This has usually comes in black. It's got disc brakes. It's got quick release axles. For the fork, it's got an SR Suntour XC28 coil spring fork with either 80 or 100mm of travel depending on what size you get. It's got 21 gears. It's got Shimano Tawny chain set. It's got it's a 3x, so it's got a up front. It's got a 42, a 32, and a 24 tooth chainring. In the rear, it's got a Shimano HG200 12 to 32 to 7 speed cassette. It's got a KMC chain. It's got, for the bottom bracket, it's a threaded cartridge bearing bottom bracket. For the rims, it's got Bontrager connection double rims with Schrader valve holes. The front hub is a Formula DC20. The rear hub is a Formula DC27. For tyres, it's got Bontrager XR2 comp size extra small, and then it's got 2.2 inch tyres wide, and that's front and back. For brakes, it's got Tektro HD M275 or M276 hydraulic disc brakes. For handlebars, it's got Bontrager alloy bars. For the seat, it's got a Bontrager Avada steel railed seat. So overall, this one's quite a nice looking bike. It's not quite as high end as the others, but then that shows in the price. So, like with the slightly cheaper fork and the 3-wire system up front. But yeah, that's the Trek Line 5. So next up is the Cube Aim Race. Now this one comes in a dark blue, light blue and green. So it has, for the forks, it's a SR Suntour XCM, the same as the other Marlin. It's got front and rear derailleurs. It's got three gears at the front and 8 in the back. For shifters, it's got Shimano M315 Rapid Fire Plus. Brakes, it's got Shimano MT200 hydraulics. For cranks, it's got Shimano FCTX 801s. It's got up front is a 42, a 32 and a 22 tooth chainring. So it gives it a total of 24 gears. It's got a KMC chain, Cube ZX20 rims, Shimano HB TX505 hubs. For tyres, it's got Schwalbe Smart Sam Active 2.1 inch tyres. For the seat post clamp, it's a 31.8mm if you ever wanted to upgrade it. So the actual colour is called Blueberry and Lime. Frame sizes, you can get it in a 14, a 16, a 17, 19, 21 and 23. So this one here is the brand new 2021 one. But yeah, this one's like even more low end, and it comes in at £500. So yeah, that's the Cube Aim Race 2021. Now finally onto the Salsa rangefinder, which has a SR Suntour 32 air fork with 120mm of travel. It comes in only silver. It's a 1x10 with a Shimano Dior derailleur. For shifters, it's also got the Shimano Dior. Brakes, it's got the Shimano MT201 hydraulic brakes with 160mm rotors. For the front wheel, it's got Shimano MT400 hubs with WT Ranger comp 2.8 inch tyres, and for the rear it's got Shimano MT200 hub with the same tyres. Now this one is a little bit lighter than the others, but personally I wouldn't choose it because I'm just not really keen on it, and it's a lot more expensive. This one comes in at $1,000, which I think is about like £850–900, so it's a bit more expensive than the rest. But for the price, you do get the internal cable routing, the air fork, and like the 1x and everything. So yeah, that's the Salsa rangefinder, and thanks for watching, everyone.